My pleasure to be here today with you. So I started Apani, co-founded Apani 7 years ago. Glad to be here talking about our business, but also sharing with you some insights about the market. So what is our mission? We see our mission to help every business achieve success through apps. And the way we deliver on our mission is to do that through market data. And we provide visibility on millions of apps every day in every market. And ultimately, what we try to provide and what we believe we provide is the most accurate view of app performance. Why do you need that? You need that because you want to confidently navigate the app lifecycle. And with our data, you can start at discovering and understanding the market, what's happening out there. From there, you move on how to strategize, how to plan your go-to-market, how to plan going after new countries, new categories. And then you go more tactical. How do you get more users? How do you acquire these users that you need ultimately? You go through free user acquisition. We help you as well through paid user acquisition to understand what's being done. Then it's about engagement. You got these users, you want them to stay, to spend some time, long time, and to come back. And ultimately, it's around monetizing. You want to monetize this user directly or indirectly. And that's what we help you do through our market data. We believe we have the most complete solution of the app industry, providing data, metrics around every app on every stores, around downloads, around revenues, around time spent, around number of active users, around retention rate, around what keywords companies are bidding, around which ads are being used to advertise your apps. We provide you that full visibility through the Apani Intelligence Suite. But ultimately, it's not just about products, it's about the complete solution. Providing the right customer support, providing customer success team, making sure we align your KPIs and objectives with our product. Providing you support in terms of community, in terms of events that we organize on a regular basis. Professional services, as well as ultimately education. We just launched an App Academy 2 weeks ago to let users, our customers, better understand how to become an app professional. That's what you all get when you are an Apani client. So we have customers from every size in every market, from gaming to social to the biggest tech companies in the world, to more mainstream companies in retail, in finance, in travel industry, in consumer goods, from all across the globe. We are very proud, and we'll talk about this later, but to have customers from every place. Where we are pretty proud is it's easy to put some logos of customers. You never know how big is the contract, or you don't know how much the BBC talk about you. But these logos on the right, when you have Apple, when they need to communicate to the market, the size of the App Store, how it compares to Google Play, they use Apani data. Their CFO will use Apani data to communicate with Wall Street. And he knows that Wall Street is using our data to check out what's happening in their space. And that's true also for companies going through IPO. Line, Netmarble, some of the two biggest IPO in Asia, they are using Apani data to communicate to the market where they stand. Why do they do that? Because they know we are the gold standard to evaluate app performance. And this is what is trusted by the world's top investors. Global reach, local understanding, 40% of our business in Asia. Somebody who talks to you about apps and doesn't have a real presence in Asia, I don't think he can, in a trustworthy way, talk to you about apps. The app industry is global. 50% of it is actually happening in Asia. Apani, we are very aligned with that. I started the business in Beijing. We have 40% of our 500 people in Asia, 40% in North America, and finally 20% in Western Europe. Because it's not just about the data, it's providing visibility and local understanding about what's happening in all these markets. Ultimately, it's not just about Apani. So I'm happy to start another phase of this presentation talking more about the state of the app industry. And I will start with a simple quiz. asking you a question. How many apps do you believe the average user is using in a month on his smartphone? So raise your hand if you believe the average user is using less than 10 apps a month. Raise your hand if you believe that the average user is using 10 to 19 apps. Okay, a few more. 20 to 29 apps. Okay. 30 to 39. Much less. 40 plus. Okay, no one. So that's the problem of using questioning users, running surveys the old way to make any estimate of this industry. The real number is 30 to 39. It will be 36 in Germany, 39 in China, 35 is the world average. People are using apps a lot. It's 10 apps plus a day, 35 on average a month. It's not just using apps. How much time are you spending in apps? 2 hours a day. It's not like TVs that you don't look at anymore. You are vaguely listening to what's going on. You are on your device, actively using it. It's 2 hours a day. In some markets like Europe, we are talking about 1 hour, 40 minutes. In some markets like Asia, we are talking about 3 hours plus a day already. If I pick the US, we're at 2 hours and 15 minutes a day. And what is it that users are using? They are not using the web. They are not using the mobile web. 85% of their time on their smartphone is on apps. That's the killer feature for smartphone. It's apps and this multiplicity of apps. 85% of the time is spent on apps. Apps are changing all industries, from creative industry to dating, to news industry, to shopping, to banking, to travel. Who can imagine today using Uber with anything but an app? Who can imagine today ordering their Starbucks coffee with anything but an app? Banking, you might not think about it, I can tell you. It's the #1 channel. The mobile app is the #1 channel for nearly every bank in developed markets. It's, in many cases, already 50% of all transactions from banks coming from the mobile app. And the mobile app is the #1 preferred channel by user. They don't want to go to a store. They don't want to be linked to their PC using a website. They don't want to give a call and have to type a lot of numbers just to talk to someone. So this is a revolution for most industries that are consumer-facing. I want to share with you quickly how we see development of the app market. First, it starts with a lot of mobile users, a big increase, and then suddenly a flattening when the market has enough phone, high penetration, like in some markets. Then from these mobile users, you get downloads, then you get app usage, time spent. Then ultimately you monetize. You monetize through in-app purchase, app store purchase, advertising, through m-commerce. Which markets are at which stage? Markets like India, very early on, just a lot of mobile users getting used to their smartphone, but that's pretty much about it. Brazil, a bit after that. Then you have a market like China, 50, 60% penetration of the market of smartphones. And then you've got more developed economies, from Germany to the US to Japan, where we moved away from adding a lot of new users, because in this market you have 80% of all the population that have access to apps, to app usage, and ultimately app revenue. Mobile user, how many are there? 3.4 billion mobile users today. 6.3 billion in 2021. That means that mostly every man, woman, child on Earth from 10 to 60-year-old is going to have a smartphone in their pocket. That's huge numbers that will revolutionize, and in some countries it has already revolutionized, how you educate yourself, how you learn, how you communicate, and how you can commercialize and distribute services and products. Time spent in apps is going to double as well. Huge numbers, going to double to 3.5 trillion hours spent in apps. Monetization. It's already big at $62 billion in App Store monetization, going to more than double to $140 billion by 2021. Mostly still in games, as long as we monetize directly through the store. The rest, it's a lot of subscription in media, entertainment, news, and other categories. Advertising. Advertising is growing even faster. And we see a tripling in advertising. Advertising is already bigger industry than the App Store industry in terms of direct monetization, going to around $70 billion USD to more than $200 billion USD by 2021. This is becoming a huge advertising market. Finally, m-commerce is exploding on mobile apps. We see right now around 1.1 trillion in GMV, gross merchandise value. We see that going to 6 trillion by 2021. Apps and mobile are changing the way we communicate, we enjoy ourselves, we play, and also how we buy. And finally, I will finish on the last slide. The app economy is becoming, by 2021, the third largest economy in the world, after the US and China, and before Japan, at $6.3 trillion US. So if you don't have an app strategy, it's time to get one. If you don't have apps, it's time to work on some. And we are really happy to help you and guide you in this complex industry, but extremely fast growing. Thank you. Okay.